do something for the country through esports.
Even though our team has less experience compared to other teams, where we shine is that we come up with our own strategies. We do not copy other teams.
Yeah, the different thing is that you're representing your country, so you should take it way more seriously and work harder for it.
I think the most competitive team in our region might be Nepal, because they have the most experience in this game. But I think we have a plan to try and beat them.
We are looking to compete with Jordan because we don't have any intel on them. They are a wildcard team. We haven't scrimed with them till now, and that is why I think that the match will be very interesting for us and everyone.
I believe we practiced so well this one, so I hope and we should take top 4 this time.
RDAG, Apilasti.
RDAG, हामी आइरहेछौँ.
累了困了，喝东鹏特饮。
关闭外来的杂音，找准内心的节奏。奥迪 Q4 e-tron，让真的感受从开始才开始。
Hello guys, welcome back. This is the Road to Asian Games 2022 Arena of Valor Asian Games version competition. Hello guys, it's the day 2, right? I'm your caster for today, Tian Yun. Hello.
I'm your caster for today. I'm Nora.
So, before everything gets started, let's just give a great thank you for our sponsors. This competition is joint organized by the Olympic Council of Asia and the Asian Electronic Sports Federation, operated by Digital Esports Asia and undertaken by Neo TV. First of all, thanks to our prestige sponsor Audi Q4 Eastron's strong support for RDAG tournament. Special thanks thanks to iQOO 11, the official mobile game equipment of RDAG, the professional choice to empower victory, embrace the thrill of control.
Of course, thank you to official supporter Omen, New Omen 16, new journey to Road to Asian Games 2022. Thank you to official supporter Auto4, Auto4 M6, official gaming chair partner of Road to Asian Games, your own hero. Thank you to official supporter East Rock for their support. At the same time, we would also like to thank our official broadcasting platforms, Bilibili, Huya Live, Douyu Live, Kuaishou Games, Migu Video channels, Tencent Video, Weibo, Xiaohongshu, YouTube and Twitch for their support.
Thank you guys, and yeah, hopefully we're gonna enjoy the day, because after day one, we've seen some very marvelous performances. We have seen a very skilled, talented player as well. And today's matchups, very tight schedule as well.
True, and actually, like our first matchup for today is gonna be Team Nepal play against Team Sri Lanka, and that's also gonna be the last game from South and West Asia region.
Exactly, because we only have 3 teams from this region, and yesterday, like Team Jordan won like a complete victory, right? So the 2 matchups and in total like double 2-0s. Very good result. We can see the ranking board right now because they have like 2 winnings, so they have 4 points. But you know, let's take a look at the other 2. This is
gonna
be
be a
day
big
for
day.
them. Yeah, this is the day for them. They're gonna be competing who's gonna be the second and who's gonna be the third.
True. So it's gonna be such a big day for both Team Nepal and Team Sri Lanka. So let's look a little bit at their lineups. You can see actually there's some small rotation that we can see from all those lineups.
Really interesting. Like they are switching changes as a jungler and a support, and yeah, just looking forward to see the chemistry out there. And their opponent, let's see, Team Sri Lanka, and yeah, Nikki, Kiwi, Mars, Easy, and Venom.
Yeah, and we can see there's a rotation made from Sri Lanka by the confronting laners.
Yes.
Right. Like for this time, Venom substituted for Athena, which gonna be the top laner for yesterday in Sri Lanka.
Yeah, like I think it's completely understandable for me because it's your last game, it's your last day of match. So if you have some substitution player ready for the battle, it's time. It's the very last chance you can possibly have this game experience in RDAG. So yeah, hopefully they can enjoy themselves, and it's a very important game for them.
True. And after all, like the result of our competition will determine the seeding for draw into 19th Asian Games Hangzhou 2022. So that what makes today such an important game for both teams.
You only have 3 teams from your region, and you gotta be fighting for that second prize, because yesterday, unfortunately for these both teams, they have lost to Team Jordan. But I see, like, I can still remember some of their plays, and I think the competition is very interesting, and some of the early games plays are really good.
Yeah, I still can remember like both teams they play against Team Jordan, right?
Yes.
Actually, like for Team Nepal, I remember that they're doing quite good job in the early game. They know that they need to take some advantages from Team Jordan, so actually they try to do some early invasions.
Yep.
But the problem is, actually for them, they could put more effort on how to snowball the game.
Of course. It's nice to know, it's always good to know that they know how to do a early invasion.
Yeah.
They try to steal some of the neutral objectives or their like opponent's resources to their side. It's good. But sometimes some teams may feel like pressured or somehow very wandering around during the mid game. They don't know how to do.
Yeah,
or
kind of lost.
how to snowball, right?
True, true. So that's the image that Team Nepal showed to us from yesterday's performance. As for Team Sri Lanka, while they presented the very first game,
I really like this.
And they chose some really like unique selections. For example, Sima Yi play as a jungler, which is quite rare and unconventional. So it makes me feel like, well, Team Sri Lanka go for some, you know, unconventional choices and try to surprise us again.
I was really surprised yesterday by seeing and the whole process, casting the whole process of that BP. And yeah, it's the very first game for RDAG. And yeah, I wasn't expecting to see that kind of draft, but I was surprised by the opening of that game. The early stages, they are making something happen, right?
Yeah.
They have Angela, they have Lumber and Lianpo, so a very good initiation are coming from their team. So yeah, I think they still have some hidden strategies and hidden chemistries over there. So let's see. Well, they're trying to show us what they have been preparing for this match for today's game.
True. Once again, this is going to be such a big day for both Team Sri Lanka and Team Nepal, since it's going to be their last showcase in our RDAG. So who's going to take the second place and who's going to take the third place? Let's just dive right into game one for today.
It's always very interesting to see, because yesterday they have their matchup so as the opponent of each other.
Yeah.
They can try to dig more. They can try to explore what kind of heroes they used yesterday, what kind of compositions and jewels they have picked. And we can see some changes over there. This band places are completely different than the others, right? Than yesterday's. Fang and Zhou, the commonly used heroes are being banned away instead of those very meta ones.
Actually, different teams, actually they have similar understanding towards this patch, which is really surprising. Boiler, right? Really meta pick, and also for the Thane. So actually we can talk more about the draft strategy, because yesterday actually we know a little about all of those teams.
Of course.
Lack of information, but today we can see they already prepared a lot from yesterday's performances, so it's going to be really good.
This band here from Team Nepal, very special. They are restricting the choices of a huge initiation from Lumber, but also they're trying to take this Drangel away.
Yeah.
This purification might be a problem to the late game team fights. So the very first pick, finally, Donghuang. I've been waiting this for a long time, because in the side matchups yesterday, Donghuang is everywhere, but when we're doing the streaming, we seldom really see Donghuang on the stage. So yeah.
Yeah, we
Very
only
good.
maybe saw him once, but
Only one, huh?
the problem is we all know that the suppression that he got from his ultimate would be devastating. But
Yes.
the problem is from yesterday's matchup, we saw some of the teams which tried to complete the combo. But the problem is the synergy wasn't there. So we will see a lot of images just Donghuang Tai suppress someone, but there's no burst damage can come up with his ultimate.
Yes. So yeah, Donghuang is a very special hero. He can have a suppression, and this suppression will be lasting for longer than 2.5 seconds. And they will sharing the same equal amount of the damage with the opponent he has on. So yeah, we can trying to elaborate and explain more in the game, and hopefully we can see that coming. And let's see Team Nepal, the BP was really fast. That Xiao Chao, commonly see Lu Bu and Zhang Fen, a very popular duo in the Road to Asian Game 2022.
And I really like the idea that Team Nepal, they're trying to build up such a solid composition. We can see 3 tanks, right?
Wow, yeah.
3 tanks and build such a solid front liner. And also there's a late game playing style.
Yes.
Both Xiao Chao and Huang Zhong need time to farm up, but they're just gonna do such a great damage in the late game.
I trusted so hard and heavily on Huang Zhong and Xiao Chao, this kind of backliners, because you can always rely on their late game bursting damage and all the AoE damage. This is okay, but let's take a look at the other side, Team Sri Lanka. They are choosing Alta and Kai together. This top side duel, yeah, they are tanky enough, I believe, but well, they have enough damage for the late game. I'm not so sure. And Milady, very vulnerable, and yeah, without the flash, without the dash, I think it will be easy targets for Team Nepal.
I don't know. I just feel if we take a good look at both composition, I just can smell the intense, It makes me feel like everything's just going to be explosive,
Yes.
And they're going to skirmishes a lot, and it's just they're going to fight everywhere. In the jungle, at all those lanes, and every single hero can do a great job during the laning phase.
And yeah, laning phase is very crucial for a Arena of Valor Asian Games version, right? And yeah, Milady is a very good character. I really suggest that our teams and our players can use it trying to win, because the wave priority is really, really important. So the mechanical minion summoned by Milady will help this hero to clean the wave really, really fast. So if you have that priority, you can choose to make rotation to either sides of the map. So it really, we have to see where is Mars targets, where this Milady is going.
Wherever she goes, she's gonna destroy the towers.
Yes. This is one advantage of comparing with Xiao Qiao.
Yeah.
Okay, very first game of today's matchups. The blue side will be Team Sri Lanka and the red side will be Team Nepal.
I really like the Milady when I'm playing
too.
ranked. It's quite easy, and one of those features that this hero has would be her ultimate can do the same damage towards all those towers. So you can stun the towers, you can disrupt the towers, and by using your small robot minions, you can just easily take in those towers down. So.
Yeah, the signal device, right? It's ultimate. But unfortunately, it's getting really, really low. Have to use a flash to escape away.
Yeah, Team Nepal, they're just playing so aggressively, just like what we analyzed before the draft. We said the image that we got from Team Nepal. They're always trying to, do a lot of, try to make a lot of things happen in the early game.
Yeah, this is the details, right? This is the details about the game, because you have gained the priority, but you're wandering around in the river so that you are given the opportunity for Kido to aim you. And since you are very low in the HP, you have to retreat back. And let's see, the riverside, Zhang Fei is being brought very, very low. So the very first team taken down went to the side from Team Sri Lanka. Oh, that's a very aggressive play.
Yeah, Doofy said, no, you're just gonna sacrifice yourself, make it to a 1-for-1.
Hey, it's surprising. They are not making rotations, but they are simply just rely on the riverside in the around the middle lane.
I know what you mean.
Having the skirmish happening down there.
It's just they're not just, try to do it on purpose. Everyone just wandering around the riverside and then bumped into each other.
Yeah, picking up those fights.
Wow, surprising.
Yeah, I really like this, because this is the very last game for your team, right?
Yeah.
To enjoy the game in Road to Asian Game 2022. So you're going to be feeling the heat, feeling the tension, feeling the aggression. It's completely understandable.
Ooh,
wow, very dangerous.
Exactly, because there's going to be a delay for Milady's ultimate to activate.
Yes, the market target will be enduring those magnificent field interference, and the double damage will be dealt after this.
Yeah. Well, we can see Team Nepal, they know that they can't let Team Sri Lanka to take all those advantages from them, so instead, they just steal away this blue buff.
Yes. With the minions, they could trying to strip those HP from the turrets, but still, before 4 minutes, we saw that the tower will be protected by its own shield, so it's very hard trying to tear down the first area before it reaches 4 minutes. Wow, Huang Zhong. Very dangerous.
Say 4 minutes, but there's still 3 taken down has already been Kaiser ultimate in, force out Marco Polo's ultimate, and Donghan Tai trying to bite someone, but the damage though isn't that enough.
Wow, that's so super close for easy.
Super close, but there's no flash. Doofy tried to do the same thing, tried to flash in, but it finds out that it hasn't been 1 in 20 seconds.
So at the very end, it's a 2-2 trade, but if you're comparing who's been taken down and defeated, who's still alive, you will see Team Nepal, they still have this Huang Zhong being alive and even get the takedown.
Yeah.
So takedown means that you will be granted with some of the golds. You'll be earning more golds than Marco Polo. I feel like Marco Polo used the ultimate well enough, because the bursting damage is there, but the location of landing is just within the range of Huang Zhong's ultimate, so unfortunately he's been taken down there.
the playing style for Huang Zhong and also Marco Polo is totally different.
Yeah.
Huang Zhong is like one of those archer who really need a tanky front liner help him to build such a comfortable
Vision
setting.
is very important.
Yeah.
And this iron ball belongs to Kai while the team fight still continues. Huang Zhong is really safe on the back, trying to get more takedown for the team Nepal. Killing spree already. I think team Nepal is trying to gain those very early game advantages, and they are doing this.
And they know that there's so many initiations from their side. But Lu Bu's ultimate, Xiahou Dun's ultimate, and also Zhang Fei's ultimate help them to, keep trying to constantly force Team Sri Lanka to retreat.
I would say the only good news for Team Sri Lanka is that they have this Overlord. But they're losing the team fight, so yeah. You get one thing, you lose one thing. All right, Team Nepal trying to get further, but like Team Sri Lanka's members are surrounding this Tyrant and Behemoth. So they have to give up.
And now it seems they've got all of those vanguards spawning on all of those lanes. They're trying to do something.
Deflector with the suppression. Great move.
I love the combo. I do love the combo. And Team Nepal seems trying to do some counter attack, and Lu Bu just TP down. But it seems like Team Sri Lanka tried to disengage and try to back forward.
Yeah, this is how you're gonna play Donghuang, right? Use the flash and just catch the backline without any notice. And Xiahou Dun just went in using the unruly blade to get one more takedown for Team Nepal. Venom is down there, but I think there's nothing he can do because Huang Zhong still have a flash. But Milady is here using the ultimate, trying to slow down, and boom. That's a one more takedown to Milady to Team Sri Lanka.
That's what I'm expecting to see. Not even, it hasn't been like 6 minutes, but already we can see like it's a 8-7.
Yeah, they're catching up with one another quite tightly, huh? There's no difference in the goal. There's literally no difference, and they're taking down numbers. So I was wondering who's going to be the fight. Yeah. Oh, this is very interesting. So we are explaining the mechanism of Donghuang to you guys. So if you are using your ultimate to suppress the other ones, you will see that like your teammates' damage will dealing damage to you as well.
Yeah.
So the basic mechanism of Donghuang is you're going to be building those very good items with a lot of HPs, so that you are going to be building a very heavy, very large, very massive HP bars. So you're going to be tankier than the opponent. So you can survive, but your opponent will be taken down.
The crucial logic about Donghuang Tai's ability is that he needs to use his ultimate to do those HP trade.
Yes.
So he needs to maximize his HP.
Yes.
Help him to build the advantage. So it seems like this game is going to be really toe-to-toe. There's a lot of back and forth that we can see on the battlefield.
I know that. I think it's not just about this game one. I think the entire BO3 series will be like this, head-to-head, toe-to-toe. They are catching up with one another quite tightly, and I see no difference, But if you're comparing this, their competition, to the late game, I think, definitely Team Nepal is going to be getting those advantages because they have Huang Zhong and Xiao Chao as the main backliner from their team.
Not even mentioned they got Lu Bu.
Of course.
Lu Bu's just going to be godlike in the late game.
I think Team Sri Lanka is trying their best, trying to speed up for a little bit because they know that Marco Polo and Milady and Atta as well may not have a perfect combo in the late game. So they really wanted to start up a lot of engagements here. They're finding opportunity everywhere.
Yeah, and the angling for Team in Sri Lanka matters a lot because they only got one chance, right? Only one hit. After the suppression from Donghuang Tai and Marco Polo's ultimate,
of course,
and it was just one hit. You did it, and you can do a great job. But if you miss it, it's going to be such a disaster for Team Sri Lanka.
Yeah, but if you take this into consideration in another way, I think Marco Polo is a great mid-game hero. You can use his continuous fire, the bullets, trying to take those HP away from the frontliners, for example, Lu Bu and Zhang Fei as well, and Xiahou Dun. So he will be extremely lethal damage to the frontliners that see the team fights over there, but I think Atta cannot be escaping away because it's very low in the HP. But Lubu stay alive. Okay, the damage is just not enough.
But I really like Team Nepal's position.
Oh yeah.
It seems like they know that they need to fight. There's so many AOE damage we can see from Team Nepal's comp. So actually after they complete their hot CC, it would be really hard for Team Sri Lanka to get away from all their surroundings.
Yes.
So Team Nepal, they're constantly trying to find some chances and trying to make a lot of things happen. For Team Sri Lanka, I always say like it's not only about like Marco Polo, more Milady should do something. They should play it in what like a smarter way. For example, you can just disengage a little bit and try to do some ganks. But to be more specific, they need to try to take down more towers by using Milady's abilities.
Yeah, the rotations and efficiency they need to shown on the map because you have Milady, you're going to be interfering those towers and turrets, and you just have to make good advantage of what you're born within your heroes.
Yeah. If like Milady is such a great tower destroyer, then Team Sri Lanka, they'd better just trying to do more rotations and try to disengage. They can't contest Team Nepal so far.
But I think Team Nepal is like taking control of the river right now because they're always sticking together like 5-0 formation, so that they are having the entire vision on the river, so that like Team Sri Lanka and trying to fight for it, but they found out like this vision, the location has already been taken down. Like it's very low, and the Overlord who will finally get the Overlord, the knock-in up, but it's taken by Shahodun using the smite, and Xiao Jia has using the ultimate trying to make Team Sri Lanka's frontliners go back for a little bit.
Wow.
So as a result, 0-2 trade.
Team Sri Lanka can't contest Team Nepal right now from the front team fight. Since Team Nepal already got so many items and now they're just 5 people standing groups. Team Nepal, they're trying to make this game play as a team game.
Before this team fights actually start, I think the two teams are competing with one another like evenly. But after this 0-2 trade, after gaining this Overlord, I think Team Nepal is finally taking control of this game right now.
I would say like it's more about their comp, right? For Team Nepal, they know that the reason why they're trying to choose 3 tanks from their comp and 2 late game core players, both their archer and their mages, is because they always want to fight. They always want to be engaged in those big team fights.
Wow, let's just see how determined they are. They're finding every opportunity they can possibly have. They're in the jungle, they're in the bush, and once they spot an enemy, they are using every single ability and ultimate they have.
They put it all in.
All right, solo fight over there. Level 13 versus level 11.
Would be a little bit painful since Lubu can do great true damage to Arta.
I think it's about the nature, right? So if you're comparing almost like mid-game and late-game, that Lubu have this actual damage, which means that Arta, who relies on the shield really heavily, this kind of hero will be tightly targeted by Lubu. So like the late-game Lubu will be a nightmare to Arta as well.
And that's why we saw a lot of counter pick can be seen from Lubu against a lot of tanky heroes. Team Nepal find another chance, tosses his chain, try to chase in, but since it's just a Kaiser, they're just trying to retreat and try to do something on this behemoth.
Too tanky, not interested.
Nikki trying to find a chance.
Oh, well, this be a steal. Almost very close one.
That was really close. Because Kaiser already threw out his blade.
That's really dangerous. It costs a price with Zhang Fei's ultimate.
You really need to be cautious if you want to do those crucial damage on those epic monsters. Because you might be knocked up, right?
Because Zhang Fei's ultimate will need some time to get ready. Like he rolls in the reaction and transforms to a bigger body. And this will give him extra tankiness and shield more damage for the backlines.
And also, that's going to be the cue for Team Nepal. Whether they try to do some counter-attack or they want to initiate. As long as Zhang Fei's ultimate is available, they're always going to win the upper hand. They're always going to have the chance to initiate.
I think teams for RDAG, they really like to use Zhang as a main method of initiation because the whole ultimate will be knocking enemies back, and the enemies it will be stunned for 1.5 seconds. So this is very important, and their movement speed will be increased in the past. Let's see the suppression, but unfortunately it's the frontliners, and Zhang cannot simply just hold it anymore, getting taken down, defeated just beside the river.
Yeah, it's a 0-1 trade. Once they take down this Zhang Fei, Team Nepal is gonna lose one of their frontliners, which also means they need to retreat a little bit. Because we mentioned about the fact that as long as they got Zhang Fei alive, they're gonna be able to contest. But now they find another chance, try to take down this Arta. Others also missed and try to do some ganks.
Oh, this is not great.
Nepal has been taken down, and Team Nepal, because if they're trying to play it in such a smart way, they win against Team Sri Lanka by this team fight. End up with a 0-4 trade.
I think there is gonna be a long time before the rest of the squad is gonna be resurrected from the base. So I think this will be the time. This will be the gaining point. Maybe for Team Nepal, they're waiting for the waves, they're waiting for the minion to get to the right places, and Milady is doing whatever he can do best, trying to protect the crystal, but I think it's not gonna work. The very first game to the game. Yeah, I think the lasting fights, like, they've been waiting this for a very, very long time, right?
Yeah.
Like Team Sri Lanka, they can finally use the suppression from Dong Juan and getting one takedown to their side. I think they are just too overly excited about this result. So you can see like Arta is like given everything up. He's overly committed so that the following up damage will not be followed. So he's basically doing those 1 versus 4, 1 versus 5 solo fights.
Actually, I can feel that in Sri Lanka, they know that they only got one chance.
Of course.
And since they know that they got numbers advantage because they already take down that Zhang Fei before the initiation, so they're trying to maximize their advantage, try to snowball the game. Yeah, it's just like a little bit overcommitted since Team Nepal, all of those members are just hiding under the protection of the mid tower.
Yes. But this is Arena of Valor Asian Games version, I would say, honestly. Because you cannot simply just accept the result of a minor mistake.
True.
A minor mistake might result very badly for the entire game. We can see they are pulling everything they can do, trying to stall the game, trying to scale, trying to waiting for the right moment, using Dong Juan's ultimate suppression. They actually worked in the game, I would say,
Yeah.
And but because of this, I think they're just being too overly excited about the result and the fact so that Arta went in too far, which means that Marco Polo there's only one chance and one opportunity for Marco Polo. They only have to choose to dive in hard, but because he's vulnerable, very vulnerable backline, so he just cannot shoulder those damage from Huang Zhong's normal attacks.
And we mentioned that in the draw start, the one of those reasons that why we love Huang Zhong so much is because it's really hard for you to get access to this Archer in the late game. Because the long attacking range, how him just sitting there and just constantly do those normal attack, and there's no way for Team Sri Lanka to get approach to this Archer.
Yeah, and because of like Huang Zhong is losing those mobility when using the ultimate, he have to like sitting down there, not moving anywhere to acquire this ability to have those very large AoE damage. But with that as a fact, he will be given as a tankier body. He'll be shielding more damage. So it will be really, very hard for Marco Polo to get to those solo kills.
Yeah, and we can see it from the highlight that every time the positioning of Huang Zhong, he's just being so secured. Just like this one, no one's actually targeting at Huang Zhong. He just like sitting down, and he was like, okay, we almost got 90% winning rate, so I'm just gonna stand up and chase in and even flash him.
I think there's one more thing that Team Nepal is doing really, really good in this match. One is that they have a perfect control of the neutral objectives. Every single time we see the Overlord or the Behemoth is being spawned, they will be there trying to get it. They are using this kind of neutral objective to help them, to assist them to gain like further advantages in the game.
about the information.
Yes.
Like the information includes a lot of factors. For example, they need to calculating the time about when those neutral objectives gonna spawn, and also it's because Team Nepal, they just built up such a solid tanky comp. There's like 3 tanks in their comp, so
Yes.
they can easily just open the vision for them. So actually they just take a great control towards the whole map.
Wow, I can hear the shouting from the players. They're really surprised and satisfied with this kind of result, right?
Yeah.
So our Audi Super 8 player will be awarded to Doofy.
Doofy, this
the archer.
Wang Zhong. Yeah, he just find himself such a secured position every time and try to do such a great damage out.
I think the backline duo, Xiao Qiao, Huang Zhong, and those 3 tanks as the frontliners, this composition is very, very good for RDAG 2022, right? Like, you have those tanks, you have enough vision, you have enough late game damage, you have enough initiation skills, and not to mention you have enough amount of the late game damage and AoEs. So yeah, I think that this composition will be copied. Will be
Again.
kind of
Maybe we'll
copied
see it again
by the
in
other
the
teams.
next game.
Yes. So we will take a short break and we will be back soon.
关闭外来的杂音，找准内心的节奏。奥迪 Q4 一创，让真的感受从开始才开始。
累了困了，喝东鹏特饮。
Yeah, the air I bounce, we're heading home. It's a lot, but we can handle here and now. We're so close to home. If you're ready now, the universe, it's electric new era. We're blooming here. I sing it out. Getting closer while we're stronger. The singer era side by bonds. No, we will never be alone. We're waking up, going forward together to fighting the dream in the sun. Going forward together, forever you and I. We got the world to discover. We're holding each other. Whatever comes our way, yeah, we will survive it up. We'll explore the unknown and the truth we know. You can edit it now. You choose it all. It's contagious. You and I are tuning in. The sings aloud. Getting closer while we're stronger. This
All right, we are back. This is Alive, and this is the Road to Asian Game 2022, and we're going to be witnessing the Arena of Valor Asian Games version competitions. And here we go. We're going to be at the Game 2 in the very first match of today.
Yeah, and actually we talked a little bit about those drafting before the break. So actually you can just continue the topic.
Of course.
That we guess like all of those tanky comp.
Of course.
We can see it again and again in day 2.
I mean, it's a signal of a huge safety, right? Like you're gonna having those very great tanks, and you're gonna be given enough vision so that you can make effective rotations.
True.
But I think that the team fights is okay just now.
Yeah.
But I need to see like more transitions. How you're gonna be putting the advantage of gaining one wave advantages and priority, and you're gonna be using this priority to give advantages to other lanes, right? So Milady will definitely have more faster speed than Xiao Qiao cleaning the wave. So after this, you do better than rush to the top or the bottom to help your archer or your tanks doing the laning. That's very crucial point of the game.
Indeed, indeed. So actually there's some choices now can be offered to Team Sri Lanka since they chose Milady as a mage for game 1.
Yes.
If they still want to do the pushing strategy, maybe they can just, paired up with another archer who can do like great damage towards all those towers.
Of course.
Just trying to pushing forward. For example, Huangzhou is going to be a really nice choice, right? On the other hand, if they just want to go for those team fights, maybe they can just choose some mages which can do great AOE damage or burst damage.
You know, it's interesting. If I were the coach for Team Sri Lanka, I would probably gonna ban this Huangzhong away, because this existence of Huangzhong is really problematic just now in the game 1. So you're gonna see that Huangzhong is really tanky because of those tankiness offered and provided by the ultimate, and these AOE damage will be given this Huangzhong a very good environment. So you cannot just simply get in touch with the archer and he stays safely all the time. So this will be the question for Team Sri Lanka trying to take down this archer, right? This is a game about taking down turrets, of course, but it's also a game of team fights. So if you want to win the team fights, you're gonna be taken down and defeat those backlines. This is the most important thing to do. So maybe we'll see Huangzhong being taken away from the side of Sri Lanka, I guess. I'm not so sure.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's going to be one of those choices. Well, because once again, we know that it kind of feels like all of those teams, they try to make a consensus towards these patches, that they try to build up such a solid frontliners.
Yep.
So that also means there's a lot of melee fighting heroes can be seen from all those compositions, and it's going to be really hard for them to deal with Huangzhong with such a great attacking range.
And I think Team Sri Lanka is very straightforward. Like every time they are like defeated just now, and they always choose on the blue side. So normally, like, we will expect whoever got a loss just now will be expecting them to appear on the red side, because they're gonna using the counter pick strategy, trying to get a more solid composition. But it seems to me that they are not gonna be focusing on whatever like opponents getting. We just want to have our own like special way of winning.
Stick to my point. Yeah, actually, there's a lot of things that we can analyze for those drafting, because we know that the drafting is just like you're playing a chess game.
Yes.
If you try to stick to the blue side, which also means you're going to be really confident about your own combo, and also you're going to just go for some meta pick maybe.
Yeah. I almost thought we were going to see the exactly same bands here, but the last bands are different, like Xiao Qiao.
Xiao Qiao.
I get completely understandable. Like, you're dealing with this Xiao Qiao and this massive late game AOE damage. You don't want to deal this hero, you ban this away. And yeah, it's completely okay.
Team Nepal just win against Team Sri Lanka for game 1 by using this Xiao Qiao. So they know that how great damage Xiao Qiao can deal in the late game.
Oh, I like this choice.
I love this hero.
We're like expecting like Zhong Wuyan to be on stage for a while. Yesterday, we are in our dressing room. We are talking about this one, right? Like Zhong Wuyan will be aggressive enough in early game and the mid game, and those explosive like AOE damage will be very hard to handle for the Team Sri Lanka.
Yeah, the AOE damage, and also one of the characteristic about Zhong Wuyan is that her passive allow her to petrify those opponents. So if you're being petrified, you're not allowed to move, you're just gonna be immobile, and that's just gonna create a minor chance for Marco Polo to ultimate in.
Oh, I always like this choice. Like the way that he swings his hammer and those ultimate, like he's like doing roundies over there, and those AOE damage will be continuous once he gets the target. So that's very important. And they are pairing this Wu Yan and Marco Polo together with a Zhuangzhou. I think it's okay because you have already gained enough deal and amount of the initiation from Xiaohouden and Zhong Wu Yan. So you do better just pair yourself up with a hero that is tanky enough and can offer the purification for all the teams.
Indeed. Again, tankiness. Tankiness is all about it. We can see a lot of tanky heroes right now on the draft. And
Hou-Yi.
wow, Hou-Yi with this milady. So actually Team Sri Lanka this time at their strategy is just go for plan A that we mentioned. They try to do the pushing strategy because we mentioned about they should pair up with another archer which can deal great damage towards those towers, and we definitely need to name Hou-Yi.
All right, thank you guys for keep picking those very, very good heroes, because we don't normally see Gao Jianli and Milady and Hou-Yi at the same match.
Yeah.
And yeah, Gao Jianli is very interesting as well. I think the mechanism of Gao Jianli is kind of similar with Zhong Wu Yan. There are those very heavy soldiers, I would say. I will use this term to address them because they really need to take a step really deep into the team fights. They need to use their body to get into the front line and the back lines and deal explosive damage. So yeah, I can see the determination from both teams. They are doomed to have a very massive and very wonderful team fights during the game.
Yeah, and it's really interesting that as our game just goes on, we can see different teams they trying to have different playing style, right? For game 2, Team Nepal seems like they're really confident about their fighting strategy. So this time they just chose such a comp that everyone's just gonna dash in.
Yes. We're just wondering what will be like when the team fight actually happen and take place.
It's gonna be visually stunning. You know? A lot of abilities, a lot of animations can be seen from the battlefield.
Yes. All right, let's see the laning phase. Hou-Yi goes into the mid and happily cleaning away really, really fast. So what's their next move? They're going to be surrounding as a circle, like 3-member squad, maybe doing transition and rotation down to the bottom side.
The opening side went quite well for Team Sri Lanka since they rotate the Hou-Yi to the mid, so that also means Hou-Yi's gonna eat more gold than Marco Polo.
Yes. Hou-Yi is a very easy hero to play, and yeah, as to those continuous damage, I think it's okay. So he really relies on the basic attack, right? He uses the basic attack all the time, trying to steal those HP away from the backliner and the frontliner as well. And the ultimate is like all map skill.
Yeah, it's all about twinkle your thumbs again and again during the whole game. Well, but for Team Sri Lanka, a piece of small advice is that maybe this time they can just try to disengage a little bit, because since they are now going for this Hou-Yi and Milady strategy, they need to pushing forward. Of course, they need to aim it at all of those towers instead of trying to contest Team Nepal. Try to do a lot of fun.
Oh, it's a 3 versus 1.
The petrified, that's what we are looking for.
Yes. Even with the flash, I think this Lubu cannot get away. Venom will be taken down and defeated, and one more bullet is just needed to exchange as a 1 versus 1. But unfortunately, like Doofy, the damage is not there yet, so he was defeated as well. And I think Team Nepal really need to pay attention to the ultimate from Hou-Yi as well, and because he will be shooting a flame arrow to a direction and it travel through the whole map. If you are targeted, the maximum amount of time of the stunning will be 3.5 seconds. That's really, really long, so you have to be careful.
Like the longer attacking range that he got, he's gonna have the duration of the stun is gonna last for a longer time. Yeah.
All right, it's just like game 1 that they're catching up. The taken down numbers, how they're gonna do this game is similar.
Yeah, and also like the numbers of takedown would
Yes.
be increased dramatically after like 3 minutes or 4 minutes.
I think Team Nepal really need and really want to make something happen. Zhongwei again, 1v1 solo fights, but yeah, there's no definite. But unfortunately, Marco Polo on the bottom side is being stunned by Zhangfei's ultimate, being taken down and defeated using the flash. Gao Jianli using the ultimate as well, trying to take those HP away from the backlines, and he did it, getting 2 more takedowns and defeatness for Team Nepal.
That was a really nice gank from Team Sri Lanka, but also like for Team Nepal, they just made such a great and beautiful counterattack.
I think this initiation is really working, Nikki.
They know that Team Sri Lanka, they try to prioritize their whole E, and Team Nepal smell the tense. They know that, okay, you're gonna prioritize your farming lane, so do us. So they just be sent in unit and try to ultimate it. You see just everyone dash in. There's no way to retreat.
It's all about like information exchange. They are gonna be telling each other that Doofy is in the cooldown, those Purify is in the cooldown, right? So like Marco Polo, there's no way Marco Polo can do, since like Zhangzhou is not there to help Marco Polo dodge those initiation skills, those stunning skills, so that once they hit the target, they will just directly dive in and get the takedown.
Yeah. Again, there's a lot of back and forth that we can see right now on the board. It's more like Team Sri Lanka. This time they try to do this one core playing style. They try to prioritize that farming lanes a lot. And Team Nepal, again, after 4 minutes, they try to initiate. They miss the ultimate, but since we will try to ultimate in and swinging his blade, take down this Zhongzhou. And now he's trying to take another kill. They're now aiming at Xiaodun. Xiaodun tried to break his ultimate, and he survived from it. Combined with this
Quadra takedown.
Even got a quadra.
Honestly speaking, I wasn't surprised at this result, because you're supposed to have this kind of effect using this hero. You'll be extremely aggressive in the early game, and by gaining this quadra taken down, I think this game will like slightly moving, the balance will be slightly moving towards Team Nepal. Let's just see how this team fight actually gets started. Like Gao Jianli together with Zhong Wuyan are trying to separate the whole team fights, right? And after every single member of Team Sri Lanka got very low, this will be the correct time for Zhong Wuyan to dive in, getting the kills, getting the takedowns, and finally make a miracle happen.
We know that Zhong Yuan is going to play such a crucial role in this comp, but we never would like imagine that she's going to achieve a quadra.
Of course.
Because like she was almost out of mana during that team fight, and it's just like a basic attack, petrifying 3 opponents, and got that quadra. That's insane. Well, like Galaxia be the next target, because gaining that quadra taken down, you're going to be absorbing a lot of hate here. Definitely eye-catching, and now here's some backstabs coming through. Try to force back Team Sri Lanka and try to protect their quadra takeout.
Yeah, nice ganking, right? Like once you see there's multiple enemies and opponents here want to grab this taken down over you, you tell your teammates, you tell the rest of the team that you need help and assistance, and here we go. They're making very quick rotation to the top and help Zhong Wuyan dealing with the problem.
True. Communication matters a lot during the game. You need to keep talking, you need to keep exchanging your information, and now Team Sri Lanka. Wow, Zhangfei, he's just being a little bit wasted. Ultimate.
I will call this revenge. An act of revenge. But the bottom side, like Team Nepal is not losing confidence, because like Zhong Wuyan is getting defeated on the top, but on the other hand, they are exchanging lives with Team Sri Lanka, getting one more defeatness over Nikki, Zhangfei.
And also, like from those performances, I would say I can see a lot of progress being made. First of all, let's just pay attention on the farming lane. Seems like another takedown well happened. And Xiaodun just being a little bit overcommitted.
And the flames and arrow we just saw will be the ultimate from Ho. You can see that the accuracy have a very good landing. He will be spawning the opponent, and there's nothing he can do.
True, true. And one of those details, if you want to, improve your accuracy when you're playing this Hoi, is that you need to send your tanky hero to gain more vision for you.
Well, these guys are not gonna stop. They're gonna do this all the time.
Exactly. That's what we call the confronting range. Confront with each other all day long.
It's already 8 minutes. These two men are doing this all the time, lasting
Focusing on
longer.
solo.
Yeah. Like 8 minutes.
Yeah.
I would say it's a 50-50, right?
True.
Not to mention, take up alongside of the Quadra taken downs, it's a team fight. What really matters is a solo fight.
It just makes me feel like once this Zhongyan got his Quadra, we would just be so jealous.
Oh yeah,
Another ultimate.
initiation here, but yeah, with a good help of the ulti from Zhangzhou.
Nice one, but look at the positioning. Team Sri Lanka, they're playing such a smart way, but they're not aiming for the mid-lane tower. I would say they missed such a crucial chance, and it's gonna be Team Nepal's time to shine up. Ultimate and Gao Jinli, he just achieved his double, and everyone just aiming for this Lubu. This would be a 4-2 trade.
I wasn't like been thinking that Team Sri Lanka does not have enough like stable and solid confrontation, but as to like team fights, you're gonna see that the consistency from Team Nepal will definitely be a better one than Team Sri Lanka.
True.
Once they want to land and once they want to engage, they will just behave and act at the same second. That is really important. You have to unleash those skills together at once onto the same target, which will be helping you to get like one more like accurate targets and goals, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Team Sri Lanka, they just need to communicate more and do the same thing at the same time.
True, true. It just feels like Team Nepal, they're playing in a quite decisive way,
Yes.
right? Every single time or every chances that they can see, they just put it all in, and now again 5 people's member, and everyone just dash in. That's what we call visually stunning.
Like, look at the ultimate from Marco Polo and Gao Jianli at the same time. Those piercing damage is just not a right amount of the damage that Team Sri Lanka can consider like, well, good enough. Absorbable. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
So if like Team Nepal decide to play this game in this way, I think several winning team fights will be only needed for them to get to the base and get to the high ground tower.
True, because we can see Team Nepal, they're now playing more aggressively since
Yes.
they got this double AOE damage combo. But on the other hand, we can see Team Sri Lanka kind of feel a little bit lost in the mid
Yes.
game. And now it's already at the 10 minutes mark, but we can see Team Sri Lanka, though they try to disengage, but it seems like all of those vision has been squeezed. And they almost lost half of the map. So it's really hard for them to disengage. They're trying to find something to do, but it's really hard for them to aiming at those towers.
Yes, I think like Team Nepal, with that very like victorious team fights getting taken in, they not only have a very rising mentality, but also like you can see the gold difference. They're leading the game with 5k gold like differences than Team Sri Lanka. So they're definitely going to be feeling more confident, and the damage is just out there waiting to be dealt by those heroes. So yeah. There's no way that Team Sri Lanka can fight for this river vision at this point.
Yeah. So for Team Sri Lanka, maybe they are just trying to retreat a little bit, but again, Team Nepal said there's no way for you to escape from our surroundings. Lubu said, all right, let's do it head to head. Ultimate in, flash out. Well, that was so close.
That's a really close one. But Zhang Fei was defeated anyway.
Yeah.
So there's a matter of fact that if you want to take care of the minions, either it's ordinary minions or super myth soldiers, you have to send enough member to take care of the minions, right? They're kind of separated. They're trying to do the split push, but it's not working because if like Zhang Fei and Lu Bu are there trying to clean the wave, like Team Nepal will know this is a signal. There's no backline, so the damage is not enough. You only have like 2 tanks standing right there. You'll just be the target for Marco Polo, trying to take those HP away from you.
Correct.
Yeah, this will be a very hard time for Team Sri Lanka, trying to struggle more to the late ones.
Yeah. But for Team Sri Lanka, since it's a bit too early for them to achieve those post strategy, maybe they should just, try to take a step back and try to rely on those towers and do some nice counterattack.
It's good for Team Sri Lanka that they can actually take some step back. I was kind of worried because like Hoi's ultimate actually gets target, I was kind of worried if like Venom is trying to use the ultimate trying to follow up. But yeah, because like Zhang Fei does not have enough energy to pull off that ultimate, so I think Team Sri Lanka just give that up. And that's good, that's good. You have to play like more cautiously from now on because you're kind of behind in the gold, in the game, in the map.
Ooh, there's a
easy.
nice ultimate. There's going to be a slaughter post, everyone just chasing Kaiser, but at the same time, Team Sri Lanka tried to take this Gaojian Li down and Kaiser. Kaiser knows that he needs to sacrifice himself, he's just buying more time. Because we can see now Team Sri Lanka, they're operating the game.
Easy can buy themselves a lot of time.
So hard. Yeah, it was like almost about like 1 minute and he bought enough time for Team Sri Lanka to take down this tier 2 tower.
Completely acceptable for Team Sri Lanka, right? They have gotten the kill up onto Kiro. Like Gao Jianli is getting defeated on the top side, and not to mention they have gained almost one more tier 2 turrets in the top lane.
It seems like Team Sri Lanka, they kind of find their own pace.
They found an answer.
True. We mentioned about like how they were just a little bit lost in the mid game.
Yes.
But since the time goes on, they know that they try to disengage. They know that they need to operate the game. So they did a lot of 4-1 push, and the accuracy about Hoi's ultimate can apparently be seen as increased a lot.
It's very surprising to see like Team Sri Lanka is using the split push strategy, trying to buy themselves more times, because through that strategy we can see that easy, even though like easy sacrifice for the team, but I think it's completely okay. You're not assassin, you're just a tanky and tank jungler, you can accept this fact. But I think, this team fight, we're overly committed. There's nothing that the backliner can do to trying to follow up, but Lu Bu goes in using the Fallen God to get one more taken down for the towers. Will this be a turning point? Look at the bottom side. What is Xiaohodun trying to do? Stealing one high ground tower away from Team Sri Lanka. I think he's did it.
High ground tower
He's doing it.
taken down. Team Nepal did such a nice trade.
Taking it up and down there, like Keto
What's
actually have a double
happening?
kill over there.
He even tried to steal away this crystal. Well, he achieved it.
Few
Lu Bu
more
tried so
out
hard
attacks
to
is
take that
needed.
Minion wave.
Wow,
That's Team
that's
Nepal.
so close.
That was really close. It caused such a great threat was Team Sri Lanka.
I would say this is a great result from a wonderful team fight, but I think it's not gonna stop because like the waves are there. Gao Jianli is ready with the ultimate.
Lu Bu tried to leap in. He again hit himself alone. Well, he succeeded again because there's
might
two
be
minion
it.
waves
This
in the
might be
crystal.
it.
Only last one hit. Congratulations to Team Nepal.
Oh, interesting. It's going to be a very good highlight clip for all the time. We're going to be memorizing this game and this moment for a long time. It will definitely be one of the the best highlights I can possibly remember for roads to Asian Game 2022. Stealing the crystal and to let your teammates trying to help you, trying to gain yourself more times. And I think like Team Sri Lanka is reacting and responding quite well. I mean, Lu Bu is sent back to the base, and the only thing Lu Bu is doing is not trying to kill Xiaohodun because it's not going to work. It's impossible. He's trying to clean the wave as soon as possible. That's one smart move to do.
That's how you're gonna play with this.
Yes.
It's really good because we mentioned it again and again. The ultimate goal about this game is that you want to take down that crystal. You matter what kind of strategies you're gonna use, right? You can choose to fight, you can choose to gain for this neutral objective to snowball the gold, or you can just try to sneak into the crystal just like what Xiaohong did, steal away the crystal.
This is just too cool. This is too like spirit lifting, After achieving this kind of goal, you feel extra excited about the fact that you actually won. Your team actually won, and 2-0. Congratulations to Team Nepal. They have been giving themselves the second prize in this region, in this group. I think it's okay. It's okay.
What a showcase.
Wonderful ending for them.
And they're definitely going to be really satisfied with themselves
of course.
because it makes me feel like they made a lot of progress. They learned a lot from, even though we are not only at day 2, right? But they still they learn a lot, and they just know that how they're gonna execute their composition. And it feels like they already build up their own strategies, which is really suitable for them that go for that 5 versus 0 big team fight.
Of course. I think from the pre-interview, we can know the fact that Team Nepal, some of the teammates, some of the players, they actually have a lot of experience in the tournament. So yeah, I think the second prize, and they're actually feeding themselves today. So I mean, yesterday, I think they are kind of a little bit nervous, I would say. They are definitely going to be doing, and yeah, they did it, a better job than yesterday already. It's very obvious. They're enjoying the game, and they are very relaxed. And look at the damage from Gao Jianli. Yeah, I think this kiddo played this hero really, really well.
Yeah.
He can always find the correct time using the flash, dive into the backlines, and just deal as much as possible those damage to the backlines. I think it's okay.
And
very good.
Can't be better to got a quadra and also steal away the crystal at the same game for your last showcase, for your last game.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like Team Nepal is giving themselves a lot of milestones, right? They're creating those goals and records in our game in Road to Asian Games 2022. They have quadra taken downs. It's a very first quadra taken downs, right, in our tournament, and they're stealing this crystal one more sneaky and very smart way to win the game. Wow. This is an amazing game. I'm glad and very honored to have the chance to cast this kind of game. Yeah, very interesting.
I remember this game.
Oh yeah, I've been remembering this game for a long time. Yeah, definitely.
I'm so excited, and I just feel really happy for Team Nepal. And also, we mentioned about the rotation that Team Nepal made, right, for today, because Swami, he was playing as the support, but now he's playing as a jungler.
Yeah, congratulations to Kiddo being the Audi Super player for this game. With Gao Jianli, I think the mastery of this hero, the time that he chooses to dive in will be perfect.
Yeah, and we can just, take a good look at his killing participation percentage. It was up to 70%, which is pretty high. I always mean he's going to be the shot caller, he's going to be the main core player from their comp. We can see a lot of highlights made by Kiddo by using his ultimate, being so colorful.
Yeah, I think some of the team fights is actually just pure perfection from my own opinion, because they're following up those damage they needed are just there waiting for the team fights to start. And so once they have the signal, the ignition is there and the following up damage are there as soon as possible. I think they're working entirely as a team. It's very clear they're definitely going to be is doing a better job than yesterday, of course. And yeah, I think for Team Sri Lanka, they're doing their best. They obviously have some strategy hidden underneath their draft. They're trying to use this melody to make something happen. I think this idea is good enough. You just have to practice more and spend more time trying to figuring out what should be doing, what should be your next move after gaining the mid lane priority. That's the main focus and the main crucial thing to do.
Yeah, the main feature that I can see from Team Sri Lanka is that we know that they chose Sima Yi as a jungler yesterday, right? Yesterday they paired up some damage dealting or burst damage dealting strategy.
Yes.
Angela with Sima Yi, they tried to do a lot of ganks in the early game, but for day 2, it seems like they totally got and turnover.
Of course.
It's like they go for another pushing strategy. They try to slow down. So it makes me feel like Team Sri Lanka, they're trying to, get into the game, try to find more possibilities,
Yes.
try to find like a various way about how they're going to execute their composition. So worth a try.
Of course. So congratulations again to Team Nepal, and we are ready for an interview, and let's check out.
All right, thank you. Welcome to the interview. I'm your host, Jacko, and it's very nice to having Galaxias here. Our solo lane from the team Nepal. Please say hello to the audience.
Hello everyone, my name is Galaxia.
All right, congratulations for 2-0 winning this game. How do you feel right now?
I feel very excited and thank you everyone for your love and support, and thank you for my team being there to support me.
Yeah, I can tell you're very excited right now. So, your ID sounds like Galaxias in Spanish. Can you share with us why your ID name Galaxias?
It means sign like galaxy.
Silent galaxy.
Yeah, like star.
Like a star. Wow, that's really, really cool. So that will be the end of this journey. So what have you learned during this journey? I just wonder.
Teammates, very, very cooperative to each other, and like they were very struggled, team hard work, and I feel very, very happy to be with them.
Yeah, after you have been through everything, okay, teamwork is very important. So any word for your teammate right now?
Jai Nepal.
That's really, really cool. Thank you, Galaxia. Thank you for the interview. Let's go back to the caster.
I was really wondering what's that last sentence.
Yeah, me too. I'm
Yeah,
just a
I
little
was
curious
very
about that.
curious. Maybe it will be like, I love you guys, right?
You can type it into the comment, let us know. Because I really like those states that they got, right?
course.
They're really enjoying the game, and every single sentence that he said always mention about his team.
Of course.
Always mention about his allies. So I really like this idea that they're enjoying our RDAG game, and they're really, really trying to making a lot of progress.
Yeah, this is the charm about esports, right? You're gonna be always be touching and touched by those teammates' spirit, how they collaborate with one another. You're gonna see those progress they made day by day as a team, and this is what like esports have been bringing this very positive energy to us together. And this is the main reason I love esports so much. I believe you do so, right?
Me too.
And yeah, how time flies, there will be the end for these 3 teams because we only have 3 teams in the region. So yeah, I was looking forward to see their next round of the performance, maybe in the actual like 19th Asian Games.
Sure.
Yeah.
Since we only got 3 teams in this region, so actually the ranking has already been settled.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and actually, I want to mention Team Jordan again. I think it's going to be the last time we casting this region's game.
Yes.
So Team Jordan, day 1, they got like 2 wins in a row, 2 points already got in their hands. So, it was such a big challenge if you only got 2 games to play, and it's all it's all in day 1,
Of course.
right? And everyone just being so nervous if you are facing some uncertainty, right?
Yep.
A lot of blind pick, a lot of blind choices, but Team Jordan did such a great job yesterday.
They have a very huge like stress because if I remember this correctly, they are the very first match in RDAG. They are the one to kick off, the very first match of RDAG 2022 Arena of Valor Asian Games version, and they are doing those back-to-back games again. So this schedule like started very, very at the very beginning and end very shortly. But like surprisingly, they have 2 winnings and they are not even defeated once.
True.
That's a show of very powerful skills, I would say.
Definitely those mentalities, because we didn't even realize that they would have such a tight schedule. So after like we analyze a little bit about how their journey in our RDAG, we would say like Team Jordan, they showed us their power, their stable mentality, and I'm really looking forward to their future play.
So at the very end, first of all, let us give a very huge clap to the three teams. Thank you for your performance and participations. And the final result from West and South Asia regional groups is that the first prize will be given to Team Jordan and Team Nepal will be followed, and the third prize will be Team Sri Lanka. Thank you guys for your wonderful performances.
Yeah, exactly. The results is now showing our board for South and West Asia region. So congratulations again for all three teams. Did such a great job. And as for Team Jordan, yes,
top rank.
They're going to be the top rank of South and West Asia region.
Yeah, let's just together remember the name of Bawadi, Abu Yusuf, and Hajar, Jin, V, and Zed. Thank you guys for your performances, and we are ready for our award ceremony. Get the time to the arena.
Good afternoon, welcome to the award ceremony. I'm your host, Jacko. First of all, congratulations to the Team Jordan on becoming the South and West Asia top-ranked team. Next, the Audi Super A on the ring will be awarded, which will belong to the player who has the most brilliant performance in South and West Asia region. Let's check the video. All right, congratulations, Bawadi. Hello. All right, let's invite the competition manager of Asian Electronic Sports Federation, Mr. Jeff Lam, to present the award. Please present the Audi Super A on the ring. Let's take a photo for this moment. Thank you, Mr. Jeff Lam. Please take your seat. All right, Bawadi, what does this award mean to you?
ايش ما هو السؤال؟ انت ترجمه. This prize هاي الجائزة بتعني لي كثير إنه أنا كنت لاعب مجتهد والحمد لله أخذت تقديري كلاعب.
Bawadi saying that this prize for me was very cool to me, and I worked hard for it, and I get it after all.
You deserve it, okay? You deserve it. So the second question, what did you learn from this journey?
أخذت خبرة كبيرة طبعا من هاي البطولة، إنه لعبت ضد ناس منيحة وشاهدت ناس قوية بتلعب، وقدرت أخذ الإكسبيرينس المناسبة اللي تفيدني للبطولات الجاية إن شاء الله.
I played with very hard teams, and I got a lot of experience, and it was a very good tournament. Yes.
A lot of experience. That's a good point. And that would be the end of this journey. So any word for your family or your supporters or your teammates?
بحب طبعا أشكر أهلي إنهم ساهموا معي وشجعوني على الموضوع هذا، وبحب أشكر أصدقائي وتيمي طبعا اللي تعب معي كثير وتعبنا كثير الحمد لله عشان نقدر نوصل لهاي المواصيل، وطبعا بحب أشكر كل الفانز اللي بتابعونا.
I would like to thank my family and my friends, and especially for my team. We all worked hard and we finally got this prize. Thank you so much.
Okay, everyone's on your back, especially the teammate. You guys were bonded together by the name of the Team Jordan, right? Hopefully you can get better and better. Okay, thank you for the interview. Okay,
thank you.
Let's take a break. We will see you later.
关闭外来的杂音，找准内心的节奏。奥迪 Q4 一创，让真的感受从开始才开始。
累了困。